There is a reason you are still here, a reason you are still breathing, a reason your heart still beats in your chest, even after the pain, the rejection, the failures, and the nights you wanted to give up. It's because you were not an accident. You were not a mistake. You were placed here in this moment for a purpose far greater than you can see. But here's the truth: most men never find it. They live, they work, they scroll, they numb themselves with distractions, and they die without ever stepping into the destiny they were appointed for. You feel it, don't you? That ache deep in your soul, that haunting question, is this all there is? Was I made for more? That ache is not your enemy. It's not there to torment you. It's there to wake you up, to remind you that there is a road you have not yet walked, a calling you have not yet answered, a destiny with your name written on it. But destiny is not stumbled upon. It is fought for. It requires pain. It demands sacrifice. It calls you to rise and leave the comfort of the life you've known so you can become the man you were always meant to be. The question is, will you rise to find it? Or will you settle for the counterfeit life the world has handed you? There's a reason you feel that ache inside of you. You know the one I'm talking about. The one that keeps you awake at night. The one that whispers in the quiet moments when no one else is around. There's got to be more than this. It's not there to torment you. It's not a flaw in your design. That ache is the fingerprint of God on your soul. It's the voice of eternity calling out to you saying, "Son, wake up. You were made for more than this life of drifting and surviving." But here's the tragedy: most men will never hear it. They'll drown it out with noise, with scrolling, with numbing pleasures. They'll spend their lives chasing counterfeit destinies. More money, more women, more distractions, while the true calling God placed on their life dies in silence. But what if I told you that the emptiness you feel isn't a curse? What if it's a gift? Because the man who feels nothing, he's already dead inside. But you feel the tension because there's still life in you. You feel the ache because there's a road you haven't walked, a battle you haven't fought, a man you haven't yet become. This is your wake up call. You weren't born to be passive. You weren't created to be a slave to algorithms, to addictions, to the opinions of people who don't even know you. You were made to rise, to build, to fight for something bigger than yourself. And yes, it's terrifying to leave behind the life you've known. Yes, it hurts to confront your own brokenness, your own failures, your own fears. But listen to me, your appointed destiny is on the other side of that pain. Every man comes to this moment, a fork in the road. One path leads back to comfort, to mediocrity, to the life you've always known. The other leads into the unknown, into fire, into sacrifice. But it also leads to glory. The ache is the call. The question is, will you answer it, or will you silence it and settle for less than you were created to be? Because the man you were born to be is waiting on the other side of your yes. The greatest enemy of your destiny isn't out there. It's not your past. It's not your failures. It's not even the people who hurt you. The greatest enemy of your destiny is distraction. The enemy doesn't need to destroy you to stop you. All he has to do is keep you busy. Busy with noise. Busy with endless scrolling. Busy chasing the shallow pleasures that numb your soul and blind you to what really matters. You weren't created to live like this. Addicted to notifications, enslaved to algorithms, a prisoner to your own comfort. Every moment you spend in distraction is a moment stolen from the man you were meant to become. And here's the truth nobody wants to say: those distractions feel good because they're designed to. That endless feed of videos, that next hookup, that temporary high, it's all a counterfeit. It gives you just enough pleasure to keep you from waking up, just enough to keep you small, just enough to keep you from asking the one question that changes everything: why am I here? And here's the lie we tell ourselves: I'll wake up later. I'll get serious tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Every time you hit snooze on your calling, you make it harder to rise. Listen to me, comfort is a cage, and the longer you stay in it, the weaker you become. You weren't made for shallow living. You weren't made for endless scrolling. You were made for fire. You were made for focus. You were made to build something eternal, but that requires war. You have to wage war against distraction. You have to starve your addictions. You have to break the patterns that are killing your strength. This isn't about being perfect. It's about getting honest. What is stealing your time? What is stealing your energy? What is stealing the man God designed you to be? You cannot serve two masters. You cannot scroll your way to destiny. At some point, you have to decide, will I keep feeding my distractions? Or will I rise and feed my purpose? Because you were not born to be passive. You were born to fight. And if you won't fight for your destiny, no one else will. You've been asking God to take away the pain, to erase the failures, to undo the heartbreaks. But what if I told you your pain is not your curse? What if the very things you've been trying to escape, the betrayals, the rejections, the nights you felt crushed under the weight of it all, are the blueprint for your appointed destiny? You see, every man who was ever used by God was first broken. Joseph was thrown into a pit and left for dead. Moses fled into the wilderness with blood on his hands. David hid in caves as a hunted man. Why? Because destiny is not born in comfort. Destiny is forged in fire. The pain you've walked through wasn't random. It was preparing you. It was shaping you. It was stripping away the boy so the man could rise. The enemy thought the heartbreak would destroy you. He thought the failure would chain you. He thought the rejection would silence you. But all it did was awaken the warrior God placed inside you. Listen to me. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are the marks of survival. And survival is step one. Step two is transformation. Stop resenting the pain. Stop running from it. Face it. Lean into it. Ask God what He was building in you through the fire. Because the place of your deepest wound is often the place of your greatest authority. You see, the man who has never been broken will never know how to lead others out of the pit. But the man who's walked through the fire and survived, he becomes dangerous. Dangerous to the darkness. Dangerous to the lies. Dangerous to the chains that keep other men bound. Your pain can either bury you, or it can become the weapon that sets others free. So, which will it be? Will you let your pain define you? Or will you let God use it to refine you? Because buried inside your greatest heartbreak is the seed of your appointed destiny, and that seed is waiting for you to rise. The Word says, where there is no vision, the people perish. And the same is true for you, son. A man without vision isn't living, he's wandering. He wakes up, he goes to work, he scrolls, he eats, he sleeps, and he calls it life. But deep down, his soul is starving. That's why you felt lost. It's why you felt restless. It's why nothing seems to satisfy. Because you weren't created to wander aimlessly. You were created with a mission. But hear me, vision doesn't just fall into your lap. It's not something you stumble upon. It's something you fight for. You have to seek it. You have to get on your face before God and ask, why am I here? What did you make me to do? Who did you make me to become? And don't settle for shallow answers. This isn't about chasing money, fame, or pleasure. The world is full of rich, famous men whose souls are dying because they have no vision beyond themselves. Vision is seeing the man you were created to be, the man you'll have to fight to become. It's seeing your calling, your appointed destiny, and refusing to stop until you've stepped into it. But here's the danger if you don't define your vision. The world will define it for you. Culture will hand you a counterfeit purpose, comfort, entertainment, easy pleasure. And if you don't fight for something greater, you'll settle for crumbs. Do you know why so many men feel empty? It's because their souls were designed for the weight of purpose, and they're trying to fill that void with distractions. So, what is your vision? Who is the man you were born to be? Write it down. Speak it out loud. Pray over it every day, because without vision you'll perish, not in body but in soul. This world doesn't need more men wandering. It needs men of vision. Builders, protectors, leaders, warriors, and the good news is this: your vision is already written in eternity. But you have to rise and take hold of it. If you won't fight for your vision, no one else will. Every man wants to believe he's strong enough on his own, that he can fight his battles in silence, that he doesn't need anyone. But listen to me. This is one of the greatest lies the enemy has ever told. Lone wolves don't survive in the wild. They starve, they're hunted down, they die alone. You were never created to fight alone. Even the strongest men in Scripture had brothers. David had Jonathan. Moses had Aaron. Even Jesus, he walked with 12. If the Son of God surrounded himself with men of purpose, what makes you think you don't need them? Isolation is a weapon of the enemy. It's in the darkness of isolation that addictions grow. It's in isolation that fear and shame whisper louder. It's in isolation that your strength begins to fade. You don't just need friends, you need a brotherhood, men of fire, men who won't let you stay small, men who will call you out when you're slipping and lift you up when you fall. But hear this carefully, not every man qualifies to walk with you. The wrong crowd will drag you back into the pit. The right brothers will pull you toward the light. Who's in your circle? Are they sharpening your edge or dulling your fire? Iron sharpens iron, but sparks will fly. Brotherhood is uncomfortable because it exposes you. It forces you to confront your weakness. But that's how you grow. That's how warriors are forged. You can't do this alone. You weren't designed to. You're not building a life just for yourself. You're building for the ones who come after you. Your brothers, your future wife, your future children. But you'll never reach them if you stay locked in your own chains. You need men around you who will fight for your soul when you're too weak to fight for it yourself. And when you find them, hold on. Build together. Pray together. Bleed together. Because the battles ahead are not for lone wolves, they're for armies. So, son, go find your army, because your destiny is too big to fight for alone. There comes a moment in every man's life when the clock runs out on excuses. You've heard the call. You've felt the ache. You know in your soul there is more. And now you stand at the edge of a choice. This is your appointed time. You've spent too long in the wilderness, too long in the shadows, too long playing small, numbing your pain, running from your purpose. But destiny doesn't wait forever. The window doesn't stay open. You see, your destiny has been written in eternity. God has already prepared the path, the doors, the opportunities, the relationships, the calling. It's there. But here's the truth: it won't chase you. You have to rise and take hold of it. It will cost you everything. You will have to lay down the man you've been, the man chained by fear, lust, comfort, and compromise. That man doesn't cross into destiny. He dies here. But the man on the other side, he is dangerous to the darkness. He is unshakable. He is alive. And listen, your appointed destiny isn't just about you. It's about the people waiting on the other side of your obedience. Your future wife, your future children, the brothers you haven't met yet, they are waiting for you to rise. You're not too far gone. You're not too broken. If you're still breathing, it means God isn't finished with you. But you cannot delay any longer. The clock is ticking. This is your line in the sand. Step over it. Leave the chains behind. Burn the bridges to your old life. Your appointed destiny is waiting. The only question is, will you answer the call? So now it's your moment. You've heard the call. You've felt the fire stirring in your chest. You know this isn't just another video. It's a word from eternity knocking on the door of your soul. Don't silence it. Don't scroll away. Don't numb it with noise. There is a man you were created to be, a destiny with your name written on it before you took your first breath. But destiny doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who rise. And this is your time to rise. If this word spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. There's a brother out there right now, lost, wandering, about to give up, scrolling through his phone, looking for something real. Be the spark that wakes him up. Share this video with him. And if you're ready to step into your calling, declare it in the comments right now. I will not waste my destiny. Speak it out. Let the world know. Let heaven and hell know. Like this video so the fire spreads. Subscribe so you don't miss the next word that could change your life. And share this with every man you know who needs to wake up before it's too late. Because this isn't just content. This is a call. The only question is, will you answer it?